Hello, my name is Dr. Parks, and I am here with two of my students.
Hello.
We are from Memphis, Tennessee. Well, today we are talking about what does civics confidence look like and feel like. And so, first, I want to get started. Girls, have you ever spoken up about something that was important to you?
Yes. Okay, so at our school, fifth grade didn't have no graduation. So we had told the teacher that we wanted a graduation, but the teacher said no. They did not want to fill out the paperwork.
Okay. You might want to describe a time when you felt like your voice actually made a difference. Um, what was going on? Either of those. So, a time when you spoke up about something that was important to you, or when you felt like your voice actually made a difference.
Not really. Well, do you want me to? Because I'm trying to figure out what. I don't have any.
But I think y'all do. I think y'all do have some. So, I heard somebody talking about when you were upset about like certain kids getting awards during the athletic banquet and other kids not getting awards.
That was something I was mad. I was mad when Faith didn't get an award because India had got MVP. It made me mad.
When do you feel like what you think and say actually matters?
I feel like when I'm being like blunt or truthful, like just straight up, it actually what I say it actually works. Like when I'm being actually like not sugarcoating it.
So, do you think what you say and think matters?
Mm,
And when does it matter most? Or when do you feel like it matters most?
I don't know. I feel like it matters most when you're like it's like super deep and it's super serious.
All right. So, when do you feel most confident about speaking up or getting involved in something that is bigger than yourself?
Like who with? Just one time when my sister had got in trouble for something my little brother did that because he was doing something he wasn't supposed to be doing, and then he had hurt himself. So I had to defend her.
And so, you were confident about speaking up because you knew that you had to do something. Has your school or class ever had a problem that needed fixing? And what happened?
They have had a problem. They have many problems. One of the problems was people in our classroom fight overly too much. One of the problems I see that's like super huge is like lack of discipline. Sad.
So, what happens because of that?
I'm gonna give you a situation that happened. I was in my classroom and the teacher wasn't doing nothing about someone talking back, and she has stormed out of the classroom. The student, like, just stormed out. We couldn't find her.
So, what does civic engagement mean to you? Like, not a definition, but what does it look like in your life?
Civil rights. Define civics.
Define civics? All right. How about you define civics? Why don't you both look up what civics is? So, Isabella, you asked me what is civics or what is civic engagement. So I told you to look it up. Who's gonna read? Who's gonna go first?
Me. Me.
Loud and proud, please.
So I didn't understand this at first, but I have broke it down into pieces where I could understand it like the words that is rights, duties, and privileges of citizens within a society. When I looked it up, it says civics is the social science that studies the rights, duties, and privileges of citizens within a society. Oh, I think those are the same thing. Did we get the same thing?
And you did have the same thing. So what are you taking away from that? Like, what is it? And not just the definition, but based on like the definition. If you need to read more so you can understand it. But what does that look like to you in your life? Like for me, when I think about civics or civic engagement, is any time that we are interacting within the community. Our community is our country, right? We live in America. Our community is our state. We live in Tennessee. Our community is our city. We live in Memphis, particularly Raleigh, North Memphis, right? And so for me, civic engagement is how we deal and interact in our society, right? Within all of these communities. And with that, as you said, comes the duties and the responsibilities of citizens. So when it comes to that, do you feel like we even teach y'all civics?
No, not really.
Not really.
Say more about that. Elaborate on it.
Because I only heard about civics once from Dr. Parks.
Yeah, I've also only like they only. Yeah, I've only got taught civics once.
So I know that like because it's my area that I bring it to the school even though like the school doesn't really make room for it. But I think that we do it a lot and especially in our engagements outside of school. So for me, and it's really not supposed to be about me, it's supposed to be about y'all. But for me, the civic engagement is when we work in the community, when I connect your work to what's actually happening in our city, when we are doing these contests, when we are doing different things. Like one of the questions asks you about how, have you seen problems in the school and what happened? I'm surprised that neither one of the state champions for the presidential AI challenge answered that they have found problems, defined problems in our school, as well as created solutions to problems that are in our school by creating an app called
Superstar Puzzle Pathways.
You said it
Yes.
too fast.
And they actually won the state competition for creating the apps to solve problems at our school. And that is civic engagement. I don't like we are not using the language enough, and we should. All right, but let's keep going. Let's talk about what builds civic confidence. Okay, so has anyone ever helped you feel more confident about speaking up or sharing your ideas?
Yes.
All right, who was it and what did they do? So if it is me, what have I done to help you feel more confident about speaking up or sharing your ideas?
Going back on what Cameron said about going back to what Cameron said for like speaking up for like the graduation and stuff.
Louder.
Going back on what Cameron said for like speaking up about the graduation and stuff. You did. You were like, you were the person who told me that I had to like actually talk to them about it, even if it didn't work. You were the person who encouraged me to do it, and it actually made me feel like 6 times better. It made me feel like very, like a lot more relaxed about doing it.
I think how I really make them feel confident about speaking up is that I just make them do it. Like even in this situation, like just helping them like just talk to us. Your voice matters. Like letting them know that their voice matters and that they can trust us with being themselves. I think that I just make them do it. Anyway, let's keep going. Was there ever a moment when a teacher, a friend, or an experience helped you realize that your voice matters in your community?
Yes.
Elaborate on it. Like when I say elaborate, like try to like name maybe that person, that situation, the actual action that was taken and the outcome, if any.
So, I don't know. It's kind of personal.
Cameron, you could. This is a good pivot point for you to talk about what we did with the presidential AI challenge.
What we did with the presidential AI challenge, we Miss Parks was asking a question about what we wanted to do, or like what thingy what we wanted to do, and then we decided to do it about our school because our school has many, many behavior issues. And then we needed to get that under control to make our school a better school for other people in our community.
So, like, what did you do, Cameron? So we talked about we did sit down, we talked about the problems when we went on our little Starbucks chit chat. But then what else did we do?
We made an app to help with that behavior, to help with those behavior problems, and we took procedures and precautions to make sure that the app was able to help. Oh,
I was talking to Max, I'm
Oh,
sorry,
okay.
I shook my head.
make sure that it's actually fit for what we were looking for.
What do adults get wrong about what young people care about?
Okay, so for instance, my stepdad always used to think I care about my iPad more than my little brothers. And then he would always take my iPad away from me for no reason, just because I wouldn't do the simplest thing for my little brothers.
Hold on, repeat the question again.
What do
Can't
adults
recall.
get wrong about what young people care about?
I feel like sometimes they
I need you to be louder.
I feel like sometimes they can think it's a distraction rather than something they can think it's a distraction instead.
What
feel like
isn't a
it's-
distraction? You say they think it's a distraction instead. What is it?
Phones, friends, just social media in general. I feel like it's kind of a misunderstanding from how they grew up to how we grew up. That's what I feel.
So what is it that we get wrong about what y'all care about? So y'all do care about what?
Social media.
You care about social media.
Well, I don't care. Well, I don't care, but most people do.
I care about my little brothers.
So you do care about your family, but you also need time for technology. Is that what you're saying? Like, but people, I guess, adults think that you all only think about technology. So how could we get that right, or what can we do to like better understand like what y'all care about? And we can come back to that too. All right, I'm gonna keep going. If you could change one thing about how kids learn to be good community members, what would it be?
Learning
What about learning? I need you to elaborate.
to have like more group projects and more things that school has like more donations, raising funds, and more charity thingies that helps other people that are in need.
I agree with what Cameron said.
If you could change one thing about how kids learn to be good community members, what would it be and why? How could we better teach how to be a better community member?
Okay.
Maybe.
Model it better?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. My bad.
All right, now, what is something you had wished you learned sooner about how to make a difference in your community?
I wish that I learned actually speaking up could make a difference like sooner, cause like I just learned that like in the past few months.
Yes.
What should adults know? What do you wish adults knew about how to help you become a better community member?
Help me with my little brothers more.
Like, what do we need to know to help you become a better community member? Or what do we need to do to help you become a better community member?
I would say be a bit more understanding.
I need you to talk louder, though.
I would say be a bit more understanding about lots of situations actually. I could describe a lot. Personal.
And I would like, all
It's
right,
like deep.
if you could tell any of a teacher, a principal, anyone, one thing about what young people need to feel like their voice matters, what would it be?
A place to say how they feel.
If you could tell any other a teacher, principal, anyone about one thing that young people need to feel like their voice matters, what would it be?
Stop isolating them away from their feelings.
All right, now you have it. That's it. That's our civic debrief with Dr. Parks.